All right, these angles here in number 1 are across from each other, so they are vertical. They are made by 2 intersecting lines. These 2 intersecting lines, the angles are opposite each other, so they are vertical angles. Some people I saw put supplementary. Remember, supplementary means they have to be next to each other, and together they make a straight line. All right? Number 2, this is where we would see a supplementary angle. We have one line with an intersecting ray. Those 2 angles come together to make a straight line. Therefore, they are supplementary. Number 3, these angles are next to each other, side by side, but they don't really make a 90 degree or 180 degree angle. So we're going to say that these are just adjacent. All right? Now we could say that these 2 are adjacent as well, but they have another relationship of being supplementary. So we will take supplementary over adjacent. All right? For the 4th one, I want y'all to pay attention to the angles they're telling you to look at. On this one, they're telling you to look at angles A and B, not angles A and 45. A lot of people put complementary because they saw this 90 degree angle. But we're looking here at A and here at B. These 2 angles are formed by these 2 intersecting lines. Therefore, they are vertical. And then angle 5, the 2 angles here in number 5, these are adjacent, they're next to each other, but they are also making a straight line. Therefore, they're supplementary. Number 6, this is where our complementary angle comes to place. I see my box here in my angle saying that they are 90 degrees together. So together they are complementary. All right. Now at the bottom of your paper, they're telling you to name pairs of supplementary and complementary and vertical angles. So a lot of people were struggling with this part. And I think it's because you weren't sure how to name your angle. Up a little bit. So if I'm looking for supplementary angles, I'm looking for angles that make a straight line together. All right? So I'm going to look for anywhere I can draw a straight line. I can draw a straight line here. These 2 to come together to make 180 degrees. These two together make 180 degrees. I could also say that these 2 together make 180 degrees. These 2 together make 180 degrees. And I can do the same thing over here. And I could say that these 3, but they want pairs. So not 2, but pairs. So I'm going to say that angle G and angle H, because these 2 together make 180. And I can also say angle J and angle I. I could write so many more. You have a question? I could write so many more. It's not limited to those 2. Anywhere I can draw a straight line, those 2 angles make supplementary angles. All right? Now they want us to name 2 pair of vertical angles. So we're looking at angles that are across from each other. So these 2 are across from each other. 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 A and D are across from each other. E and B are across from each other. F and C are across from each other. So many more options. They just want me to name 2 pairs. So angle G and angle I I'll use. Then I'm going to also use angle A and angle D. To remind us that it doesn't always have to happen here. It could happen in an instance like this. Then they want me to name a pair of complementary angles. So angles that add up to 90 degrees. So I see one representation of this box. So if that's 90, this also has to be 90. And then this also has to be 90. And then this also has to be 90. That 190-degree angle made me know, okay, if this is 90 degrees and all of these angles are sharing that line, all the other ones have to be as well. So I have 4 pairs I can write down. I'm just going to write down 2. Or it's telling me to just write down 1. I'm going to write down angle A and angle F. All right.